I wouldn't say there's much of a debate about whether Dark Souls 3 is a polished game. From the animations, to the movesets, to the icons and interface, everything, for the most part, is set perfectly in its place. Of course, even the most polished of games have their quirks. Animation bugs, access to out-of-bounds locations, and death cam glitches are just a few of the ones you'll find in Dark Souls 3. Some of these unintended interactions are relatively useless, but others are profoundly useful, especially if you're interested in beating the game quickly. In some of my past videos, we've looked at death cam skips like Fair and Keep skip and Bort skip, but we haven't yet ventured into the realm of boss glitches and AI breaks. Let's take a look at 3 bosses that can still be broken, even in current patch. The Abyss Watchers constitute a moderately difficult boss fight, but they're especially horrible to fight in a speedrun. In most speedruns, the Watchers are fought at a low level, and there's a high degree of variance to how the first phase can play out. So naturally, the solution is to disable their AI entirely, and here's how. Approach the Watcher's door and quit out if necessary to reset any enemies that may be following you. Equip a weapon with a thrusty R2, like the short sword, in your right hand, and walk into this corner. Fully charge an R2 attack while still holding forward, and line up your health bar somewhere around the middle of this pillar, releasing forward once your attack goes off. Make sure you let your character's feet reset fully, then walk forward again to enter the boss arena. After skipping the cutscene, quit out again. Once you load back in, you'll notice that the first Abyss Watcher isn't moving at all, and he's not going to. You're free to do as you like without any fear of being comboed to death by his fearsome Farron Greatsword. Delightfully, his AI stays frozen in Phase 2 as well, making it an easy victory no matter what your level. If you're not into speedrunning, this is also a great way to gain access to the large Titanite shards in Smoldering Lake, or other useful items like the Shield of Want. Alright, that first one was almost too easy, right? Let's try a slightly more challenging technique to skip a much more challenging boss, Aldrich. This glitch was actually discovered very recently, and has definitely given a bit of a shake to the Dark Souls 3 leaderboards. To execute it, you'll need to approach the fog wall at a slight angle while standing as far back as humanly possible. Once you enter, immediately roll back into the fog wall, then roll forward again. If you've been successful, Aldrich will remain motionless, a sitting duck for the volley of attacks you're surely soon to unleash. Personally, I wish I'd known about this one 6 years ago, because Aldrich is a hell of a fight for first-time players. Now, this third one is by far the hardest of the bunch. We're going to head up to the Twin Princes and equip our weapon of choice. The reason this glitch is so difficult is that not only do we have to fight the entire first phase to make it work, but we have to kill Lorien in a specific spot to trigger it. So say your prayers, slap on your buffs, and head on in. Once you're a single hit away from beating the first phase, try to lure Lorien over to this spot. He needs to be toward the middle and just slightly in front of the stairs, but not on them. Once he's in position, deliver the killing blow and observe the fruits of your fine work. There's just one catch. Dealing any damage to Lorien at this point will break the AI freeze and begin Phase 2 as normal. To work around this, you need to deal damage to only Lothric. This can be achieved by using some careful positioning. As long as your hits are precise, the remainder of this fight is free, and the second phase will go by without even a whisper of resistance. Even if you don't have any desire to start speedrunning, I highly encourage you to give some of these glitches a try. If for no other reason, it's always interesting to see the game work in unintended ways, and glitches can be pretty gratifying to execute when you get them right. I've always been fascinated by glitches in video games, and Dark Souls 3 serves up some of the best you could ask for. With that said, whether you're an aspiring speedrunner, or just skipping a boss that's giving you too much trouble, or perhaps just watching this video because you're not quite over Dark Souls 3 yet, I hope you've enjoyed. I'm super grateful for all the support on my recent videos, and even though this is just the beginning, I think we're headed somewhere great. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.